Keep giving it up for Pete, everybody. Oh, what's up, guys, huh? I know what you're thinking. Cool, hot, 25-year-old dude on stage for you, huh? Nope. Real 31. Like this guy, probably rides a skateboard. This guy, nobody wants to see on a skateboard. You see a balding man on a skateboard and your first thought is, his knees. That's a bad laugh. Your body's broken. I just got banned off of Tinder last week. You know how sad that is? 31 got banned off of Tinder because in my bio I put, actually 13, but Facebook won't let me change it. So somebody reported it, and now every time I try and log in, they go, wait a couple years before you start swiping. What 13-year-old is trying to use this face to get pussy? I can't even get pussy. Get pussy. Fucking, you're smiling on that. Fucking, yeah. Big pussy got her? Just an average amount of the puss? Yeah, I looked like you were holding two pusses in each hand. Balancing them out, weighing the pusses. This one's slightly heavier than the other puss. Don't even, you can prefer both. It's okay. You can keep laughing. It's beautiful. That's such a weird word. Would somebody let a witch in? You just stay here from Halloween? I love what's happening in this room. It's like jokes don't even need to happen, and you're just giggling at everything. I travel a lot with comedy, which is fun, except went to Australia, and I was on a flight. This is the worst flight I've ever had in my life. The person sitting next to me was the absolute worst. They took food off of my plate when I wasn't looking. They took ice out of my cup. Do you know how hard it is to get ice in the sky? Mildly difficult. Right? And I wanted to complain, but she was 5 years old. Right? You can't just ding the bell. Excuse me, Stuart, the fucking 5-year-old's bullying me. Right? That, and it was like an awkward conversation when I first sat down. She's like, oh, hi, what's your name? Do you have any candy? And I'd never heard that before. I'd never heard a 5-year-old ask a stranger if they had candy. I've heard about it the other way around. But not like, oh, do you have any candy? And all I can think about is like, is this kid trying to fuck me right now? Because I am not about that. But the thing is, I had candy on me, and I never have candy. So I'm like, is this a sign? Not to fuck the kid, but to be like, do you want some candy? So I'm there just holding a duty-free bottle of liquor, being like, do you want to taste the rainbow? And the dad decides to turn around and see me just that before a 7-hour flight. Well, that got quiet. Yeah, you guys stopped laughing and be like, that's specific. That actually happened. Oh, man. So when you fly to Australia from Manchester, I live in Manchester, by the way. Boo. Oh, yeah? I don't know. I can feel how you feel. It's just a city. So we had to fly from Manchester to Doha to Perth. So I was in Doha with my bottle of liquor, and the guy goes, sorry, sir, you have to check that. You can't carry it on the flight with you. And I'm like, it's in a bag. I put it in a bag. It's sealed. I can. And they're like, no. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, have you ever been to the Middle East before? And I'm like, here you go. But I didn't have another bag to check with it, so they just checked a bottle of alcohol, which means I landed in Australia more badass than any Australian. Do you know how sick that is? Everybody's waiting for their luggage around the belt. Like, it's moving. There's just suitcase, backpack, stroller, and then one bottle of Johnny Walker Red Label going around. Everybody's tired, rubbing their eyes like it's a mirage. I saw a man hug his wife like, you shouldn't have. I left all my bags and walked over as if I landed with just a bottle of liquor. Right? I wish I walked over like it was my Excalibur, being like, yes! Like, I wish I just picked it up and just started chugging, like, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! There we go, one Australian. But instead, I was just like, it's got my name on it. Was that a booger? Did that a booger just come out of my nose? I laughed, and a booger just flew. How heavy was the booger? Fucking weird. All right. Fucking, that was a legit booger that flew out. Did you not? No, you didn't notice it? Sick. Don't you fucking shoot boogers out of your face a lot? I don't even notice it, man. It's always just dropping out. That's sick. It's like it's snowing, but like phlegm. Oh, that's so cute. You poked him on the nose. Anyway, Do you put your finger a lot of places to help stuff come out? If he wants, yo man, that's a fun relationship. Feeling frisky, being like, yeah, all right, finger in the butt. Yo man, I fucking love a finger in the butt. This guy, you pursed your lips, being like, I have a finger in my butt now. Oh man. All right, I wanted to talk about dick pics because we were talking about it in the green room. When I moved over here from Canada, I left a girlfriend back home. Thank you. Empathy. Everybody else was like, fucking good. I didn't leave her in Canada. I didn't buy one ticket being like, I only got one piece. No. We tried long distance and it's difficult over an ocean, right? We tried to stay intimate. We would send each other sexy pictures, right? But I'm not sexy. I'm cute and adorable. Right? I try to look sexy, but I don't know. I wish I had I look scary when I'm trying to be sexy. I wish I had come fuck me eyes. Instead I have run or I'll fuck you eyes. Right? So she would send me a hot picture and I wouldn't know how to retaliate to that, which I don't know, I guess is the wrong word. It's like, oh, you sent me something nice. I'm gonna get you. It's too pointy, it's aggressive. It's like an arrow, right? Or like a sledgehammer. But I would try and gussy it up, right? I'd just send her a picture of me peeing. I'm like, hey, baby, it's working. She didn't like that. I'd use Snapchat, put a tiara on it. I'm like, it's the queen. Really didn't like that one. Look, I don't like dick pics because a friend of mine, she worked with a dude who sent her dick pics unsolicited, right? That means she didn't want them. And then she showed them to me, and I was like, I don't want them. But she showed this one to me because underneath, it just had a caption, and it just read, "You're next." Do you know how fucked up that is? Just a dick and just "You're next"? Like the cover of a new M. Night Shyamalan movie? I got afraid for her. I just pictured myself under the covers during a thunderstorm. Just lightning, rain, thunder, and a dick just trying to get in the window. Just slamming on the window, just trying to get in, just breaking the glass everywhere. On the floor, just crawling over to the bed, just using its balls like butterfly wings, and just, hey, you're next, now get away. That's why you don't send dick pics. You know what I'm talking about, huh, dude? You're like, oh, dick pics. I don't know. Back in my day, we used to just carve our dicks out of stone and just hand them to ladies. Just call it my cock rock. Oh, man. When I was back in Canada, I got my hair cut, which I know, weird. You don't just do it yourself? But I went to this old Italian barber. You know when you go into a barber shop and it's just one man by himself and you're like, I should probably leave. He needs to be alone right now. And because it was just us, I struck up some conversation. We chatted. And then I'm like, oh, how long have you been cutting hair? And he's like, for 40 years. That's not an Italian accent. It is an I don't do accents. So he said, for 40 years, but I took a break. And I'm like, oh, why did you take a break? And he said this verbatim. He goes, because of the fucking Beatles. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, everybody was just getting a haircut every year, keeping it short. Then the fucking Beatles come around. Everybody's smoking the pot, growing their hair long. Nobody's getting the haircuts. It was amazing. Okay. You guys still really love the Beatles? Yeah? Because this guy just fucking, the whole time, no magazines, just copies of Catcher in the Rye. Just in the front cover, just get George Harrison, here's his address. Okay, yeah, so I shouldn't have done that joke in Liverpool, but it's fun. I'm still trying to adapt to the UK, right? Because there's some things that you can do here that you can't do in Canada. In Canada, you can't pee outside, in the city, but here, you guys piss everywhere. I don't know why, you just piss everywhere because you're the world, I need to mark my territory. That's what we do, it's the British way. And I was in London in Shoreditch, and I was on a 2-year visa, so I didn't want to pee in public because I'm don't send me back. What the fuck were you doing? Pulling away the stool, being I need to pee on this. Anyway, so I was in London, and it was me and 2 friends, and look, it was midnight, we were drunk, and I'm like, oh, let's go into this hotel to pee. The bouncer goes, oh, I'm sorry, the lady can go pee, but you 2 guys, the alley. So this is like my closing joke. And I'm like the last comic on the show. And you're trying to pull the stool closer to you for more comfort. You know what would be more comfortable? Letting me finish so you can go home. Try it now! Fucking Liverpool. She was trying to steal the stool while I was on stage. Do you guys have no respect? I'm going to walk off here just being socks in the back, being like, what the fuck happened to my shoes? How did you guys get my shoes? All right, guys. I've been Evan Desmarais. Thank you so much. Good night.